Welcome to World News by Denis Halandzovskyi. If you value calm, factual reporting on shifts in global security, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your perspective. Today, we examine a significant and worrying development: Russia's announcement of a new nuclear-capable missile amid its ongoing war against Ukraine, and what this could mean for the region and the world. Russian officials have introduced a missile they describe as capable of carrying nuclear warheads. They emphasized its advanced range and ability to penetrate defenses, framing the weapon as part of Russia's strategic deterrent. This missile is not simply another piece of conventional military hardware. Russia presents it as a system that could reach targets far beyond the immediate battlefield, a capability that brings nuclear doctrine into the context of a regional conflict. This is significant because nuclear-capable weapons sit at the apex of military escalation. They do not just inflict damage, they signal existential capability. Moscow framed the announcement as reinforcing national security amid what it describes as hostile Western support for Ukraine. Officials claim the missile is a deterrent against perceived encirclement and geopolitical pressure. By highlighting nuclear compatibility, Russia seeks to remind adversaries and the world that the conflict is not isolated to conventional warfare alone. This marks a shift in how the Kremlin wants the war to be perceived, not only as a territorial contest, but as part of a broader strategic standoff with nuclear undertones. For military analysts, the mere announcement, even without immediate deployment, is a form of strategic signaling. Nuclear rhetoric raises the stakes and reshapes how governments calculate risk, escalate responses, and calibrate diplomacy. It suggests that nuclear posture remains central to Russian defense thinking, even in a theater war. The reactions have been swift and serious. Ukraine's response: leaders in Kyiv condemned the announcement as provocative and destabilizing, arguing that using the specter of nuclear weapons to influence a conventional war undermines norms that have helped prevent catastrophic escalation for decades. Ukraine's representatives reiterated their call for stronger security guarantees and deeper integration with Western defense frameworks, underscoring that deterrence cannot be passive in the face of heightened nuclear signaling. Western and NATO reactions: Allied governments expressed concern. While NATO has emphasized that it does not plan to use nuclear weapons in the Ukraine conflict, the alliance stressed the need to avoid actions that could increase the risk of miscalculation. Leaders reiterated conventional support for Ukraine and the importance of maintaining nuclear stability, emphasizing diplomacy and deterrent strategies that prevent unintended escalation. Global risks: there are several core dangers tied to the introduction of nuclear rhetoric into an active war. First, misperception. When nuclear systems are referenced in a regional conflict, there is a heightened risk that leaders could misunderstand intent. Misreading statements about capability or deterrence can lead to rapid escalation, especially in a crisis where communication channels are strained. Second, erosion of norms. Since 1945, an informal global consensus has developed against the use of nuclear weapons in conflict. Public discussion of nuclear deployment in a conventional war, even as a threat, erodes this taboo and could make future nuclear use more thinkable. Third, arms race pressure. Other states may see this move as an impetus to accelerate their own nuclear or strategic programs, fearing that declining relative capability could weaken their security. This dynamic can fuel competitive escalation, not just in Europe but in East Asia and the Middle East. Fourth, diplomatic strain. Negotiators and diplomats working towards ceasefires, peace talks, or risk reduction frameworks find their work complicated. Nuclear framing tightens the stakes and narrows the space for compromise. Despite the alarm such announcements provoke, it is also possible that this is a strategic posture rather than an immediate operational change. Leaders often use nuclear capability as a bargaining chip to influence adversaries and shape geopolitical narratives, without intending actual first use. Yet the symbolic weight of nuclear weapons ensures that even symbolic announcements reverberate widely, affecting security calculations, alliance cohesion, and public perceptions of risk. Thank you for watching this analysis on World News by Denis Halandzovskyi. If this explanation helped you understand a disturbing new development in global security, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share your thoughts. Independent reporting helps us navigate a world where miscalculation can have profound consequences. Stay informed and see you in the next update.